Today we'll be taking a look at a professional best of 3 series of StarCraft 2. For map number 1, we find ourselves on Royal Blood. The red Terran landing into the upper right corner, a fan favorite. It is GuMiho. And the Protoss opponent warping into the bottom left corner here. The blue probes. Can he save the day? It is herO. The Protoss' herO. Named herO, am I right? PvT. This probe. Right from the start of the game, huh, herO? Out for blood. Royal Blood. herO not going to give me much time to dally in this series so far, it seems. It doesn't appear to be anything cheesy. It's just probe shenanigans. Just herO being problematic to the Terran. Protoss things. It is helpful, though. It's not all bad. It's not all rude. It actually is a great bit of information for the Protoss. You get to see everything the Terran's doing really from the start, which is gonna be kind of a good thing, because we see GuMiho was attempting a little bit of shenanigans. Just hiding his own barracks in his own main base. You're like, Indigos, is that really hiding? If he still put it in his own main base? He's putting a command center here, too. Marine. So they kill an SCV and the probe dies. followed by some choice words, I have no doubt. If somebody can translate, somebody wants to translate, be my guest, but I'm sure it's nothing but polite words and joyous phrases. Now, that a Reaper? Yeah, GuMiho makes a Reaper after the Marine. Mind games in itself, perhaps. herO sees the Marine come out and says, Marine opener. I think I'll send a Zealot across. GuMiho says, time to deploy my secret weapon and get caught by the first stalker. This is a full wall up at the top, the command center on the high ground, of course, going to help that out. The Marine will be able to shoo away the Zealot. Stalker left at home for the defense, just going to keep that Reaper out. Has GuMiho saw the Cyber Core, has not seen the Stargate building over here, though. Uh-oh, Zealot's on the hunt, too. This Reaper is now suddenly thrust into an RPG campaign on brutal difficulty, having to dodge all of these Protoss units. See, a Phoenix is the choice from herO. Phoenix Colossus opener, perhaps. Very standard, very unsurprising. Allows for a little bit of harassment, a little bit of intelligence gathering. Meanwhile, working your way up to splash damage relatively quickly. Depot wall on the high ground. Make sure that's a complete wall. GuMiho not wanting to take any chances. Also going to get rid of the Zealot, it seems. At what point do you just turn the Zealot around? Apparently that point is never. The Cyclone coming out with the kill steal, as some may call it. The Reaper and Marines had that completely covered, and it looks like the Reaper is going to get his due for the angry words used against that Zealot. Couple of Adepts. You've been banking the Phoenix. You know, Timmy was always a little strange at the Stargate. At the Phoenix Academy. He never quite getting along with the other Phoenix. I think this really just kind of captures the whole picture perfectly. The Adepts on the other side of the map, going to be fine. Little bruised, little battered. The Cyclone being used almost like a defensive stalker or adept, just kind of keeping everything at bay. What is the plan here? GuMiho not going for a third CC yet. Not even having a starport yet, actually. This is a 3-1-0. Is GuMiho just gonna crank out the army units? Go for an attack, a timing here. Stim, shields. We do have NG Bay. Just one NG Bay, though. Curious choices. The Cyclone not making it out of here anymore. The Phoenix show themselves at long last, breaking themselves from the hypnosis brought on by Timmy's choice flying over there. Oh, how many is this? 6? 6 Phoenix. A respectable number. And here comes a push with SCVs. GuMiho's even going to spot that observer, deny a little bit of vision, going to force the Phoenix forward. They might be able to pick off some of these units. I don't know if it's good to be using the lift on Marines. The siege tanks, I feel like, are going to be probably one of the choice units. GuMiho does have stim and shields. The SCVs, their purpose here is for turrets. Oh, lifting up the SCV gets a little distracted. Lays down another missile turret. Trying to repair everything up. The Marines stim, but I'm not sure they can deal with everything here. The siege tanks are putting in a lot of the heavy lifting. And if these turrets get up, the Phoenix can no longer help out. The Marines actually gonna gun down a bit of an Immortal. The Phoenix are out of energy. Which means, did GuMiho just do it? The Robo's unpowered, the Robo's in range, and we have bunkers. Offensive missile turrets and bunkers. This is not how you normally wall off the natural, ladies and gents. Phoenix do lift a reinforcing tank, and I picked that off, but the 3 are still here and set up. The Immortal steps a bit too far forward. The natural, I don't see how you can save it. herO's been getting a few more warp-ins. Some stalkers just warped in, trying to keep these probes alive. Is it go time? Do you sack the natural? Looks like the natural is going to be sacrificed. The Phoenix are doing something. Missile turret put up in place of the natural. There's a void ray on the way. Okay. Not the usual pick to deal with a bunker missile turret. Contain? Is this a contain? This is not a contain. Siege tanks getting stuck on each other. GuMiho trying to shuffle them around. Still can't get out. GuMiho says, screw it. Just set up shop there. Fine. The bunker's working against him, it seems. The Void Ray comes out, makes itself known. What's it gonna go after? The SCVs. Sort of. Gets one of them at least. Their job is done though. They made 3 missile turrets, 2 bunkers. There's 2 more here. herO's actually going to try and break this. The Phoenix move in. The Void Ray charges it up. The Zealots do not have charge, but it looks like they don't need it. And this is a lot of losses, even if herO does clear this. The Marines pop out of the bunker, gun down the Immortal, even trying to pick off a few of the Phoenix. Oh my god. 4 health. Missile turret's going to be destroyed. The bunkers are cleaned up. Everything cleaned up. But at what cost? The losses. Oh. The resources lost. I'm gonna go with that was great for GuMiho, who already has his second push on the way. With Ghosts to boot and support the Ghost gunning down the Phoenix. Void Ray discovers the impending Marine attack. The tanks don't even need to siege, I think. Marines can handle this. GG. GuMiho with a very nice 2-base attack. Bunkers, missile turrets galore. Setting up shop in the Protoss' own natural wall. That was a lot of damage too. I think herO was right to tap out there. Just move on. Get on with map number 2. Let's rock. For map number 2, we find ourselves on Ancient Cistern. The Terran player, currently up 1 point with a very strong, sharp timing. We will see if he has any more in store. It is GuMiho. And the Protoss opponent, down 1, but not out just yet. He could have something aggressive or special planned. It is herO. Uh-oh, herO. That's Brood War. Terran music usually spells doom for any non-Terrans in the map, doesn't it? GuMiho. Of course, I praise the timing. I praise the attack in that. But I also want to ask what this probe is doing. Secondly, to point out, it wasn't entirely that GuMiho executed this attack very well. Yes, GuMiho did very well. That wasn't the only factor, though. Because I want to point out the robo from game number 1 was on the low ground. If you picture this as that Royal Blood base, GuMiho setting up shop here in this entrance, the robo was like right here. Okay, that's dangerous. That is unsafe robo conditions, if I've seen any in my time. The decision, the choice to do that, versus being a terrified Gold League Protoss and having it up here in your main base. Yeah, okay, my Colossi have to walk, I don't know, another 3 to 4 seconds, sure, to get where they're going, but having it so close to the entrance against a Terran player can be troublesome. And speaking of troublesome, just waiting? Don't tell me you know that. Come on. These pro players and their timings, they know that the Reaper goes across at exactly 217 when made in a standard match. Yeah, they probably do know that. It's probably very helpful. Oh. Probe's so bloodthirsty. Oh, GuMiho not gonna be able to get it. Reaper also survives on the other side of the map, and it is a Stargate tech choice yet again from herO. Could be different though. May not be the same Phoenix style, but it could be. I cannot rule it out. Ah, it's an Oracle. Okay. Slight deviation. The probe, unfortunately losing its probely existence. The Adept Grenade gonna get the Reaper thanks to that launch. However, taking quite a bit of damage too. The Marines, there's a Hellion here, which I'm not sure will actually help the Marine win the fight. The Adepts are going to shade over towards the Natural, start to pick off a few SCVs. Oh, hitting the Hellion. What do you go for? The exit. That's what we go for. Another Adept shows up. Bit of an aggressive start here. The Marines? Not... or Marvin. Whatever that one's name was. The Oracle picks off that low health Hellion. Starts to terrorize the Marines. Go after everything. Really, you two? herO's mad. herO's mad about that last game. Says, well, fine. I'm just going to make an Oracle and apparently park it over the natural mineral line until it runs out of energy. GuMiho doing a very different build from game number 1. We have a third CC way over here and a starport actually in existence, which is, you know, a milestone achievement after that first match. Is that a third Oracle? Yeah, 3 Oracle open. Okay. This feels almost like PvZ-esque. The Oracle is such a good catch-all unit for most of the early game, though. Able to do a little bit of harassment, a little bit of zone control with stasis wards. Revelation is magnificent scouting and detection. Really, the Oracle is just too good for its own good. They turned on their laser beams, not wanting to fight against the Viking, though. Instead, just going to Revelation tag, move on with their day. This is a respectable number of adepts for this point in the game. We don't usually see too many adepts made if it's not a glaives attack, an ill-advised glaives attack, if you ask me. Shade over to the natural. Bunkers on the way. They are going to complete the shade, pick off a few more SCVs. GuMiho taking a lot more damage. Game number 1. Canceling those buildings. One of the oracles falls. The Vikings land on deck, which is a rare sight, a rare treat. Adept's going to shade up to the main base. A siege tank going to help with the SCVs. Pinned that adept down. 6 more SCVs have fallen, though. GuMiho taking a lot of damage as the siege tank tries to keep up with the adepts. You would think a tank would be able to do this. You thought wrong. The adepts are going to be picked off, though. In the end, though, 13 SCVs have fallen between them and the oracles. This is shaping up to be much better start for herO, who does not walk his stalkers blindly. Well, they still get hit by a tank, but not losing any stalkers, I should say. GuMiho set up reasonably well here. The bunker placement's solid, tank behind a few buildings. However, Blink is about to finish up for herO, who's also got the third base on the way. GuMiho making banshees, though. They do not have cloak. And just one banshee. Oh, the Widow Mine. Oh, the Blink. Up to the high ground to dodge the Widow Mine shot. Siege tank set up a bit too close to the main entrance. Third CC now in peril. Can herO get it? I like the stasis wards if this was a PvZ. Like, are the Marines really going to get this close to the stalkers, or does it just help with the retreat? herO just being a nuisance, being annoying. GuMiho setting up that line of production. We have bio stuff on the way, not quite yet. GuMiho's working on the tech labs for it right now. And behind this, herO is getting all those juicy Protoss upgrades. We got the Robo Bay, we got the Charge 2, +2 attack, +1 armor on the way. Working on a 4th base, too. GuMiho gonna spot it? Say, oh lord, I need to get this 3rd landed. The stasis wards, they did get activated. It looks like intentionally, though. Revelation, emotional damage given to most of those buildings. And now we play, can the Terran get out of their natural? Will the Protoss allow them to get out of their natural? I think GuMiho can force his way out here. This is enough Terran. How much will be lost in the meantime, though? Good Revelation tag. Siege tank's gonna set up. The 3rd CC can be safely landed. For now, though, 7 more gateways on the way for herO, who has reached 70 probes. So I can't even call it an early attack. herO's just ready to go. Keeping GuMiho locked up in GuMiho's base for this much time, proving to be a great boon for the Protoss. Blinks forward, picks off that siege tank. Should be able to get out too. These forces do not have stim. Well, Marauders apparently can get rid of 1 of the stalkers. Charge did finish, yes. Templar Archives on the way too. Uh-oh, is that Colossus stuck? I'm waiting for herO to try. We will see. I'm gonna select the Colossus. Try to keep an eye on him. On the other side, though, forward pylon setup. Gateway not done yet. Not a super pylon. That's a dial-up pylon. Slow connection. Banshee, just testing those waters. Colossus. No benefit yet. No effect. There is one here, though. So somebody made it out. How they did, though, we're not quite sure yet. herO opting to pressure the Terran, feeling confident, feeling ready. 2+2 attack did finish up. Archons merging in. One of the potential multiple Colossi here, ready to go. Ghosts on the way. I don't think there's none on the map, though, and herO is ready to go. Not going to give those ghosts an opportunity to attack the Archons, struggling to get past all of the Stalkers. And it's just a very quick kill. herO getting enough damage done containing GuMiho for long enough that GuMiho really didn't get hardly any damage done to herO's economy. herO able to get up to that 70 probe count, make way too many gateways. Did the Colossus ever figure out its existence? No. Sadly not. Alright, well, herO gets a point on the board. It's a series. Maybe the Colossus will have better luck in map 3. For the grand finale, we find ourselves on Gresvin. The Terran player. He needs your love. He needs some energy. Can he win this final match? It is GuMiho. And the Protoss opponent biting back, fighting strong in map number 2 with a heck of a push. It is herO. That was a really cool attack. Getting everything set up, all the pieces in play, Archons, most of the Colossi. I think it was half. I think he had 2 Colossi on the map, one of them, of course, not wanting to participate, as we saw, as we focused on. We'll see, though. GuMiho, let's go with proxying himself. What do we call this again? The Macarax? Macarax? I'm gonna go with GuMiho's proxying himself. We'll see if herO even scouts to let there be possibly bait to take. herO is looking around, though. Feeling a bit suspicious, maybe. GuMiho could be whipping out something unusual. We will see. herO very successful in map number 2 with that early pressure, initial attack. Keeping GuMiho back on GuMiho's side of the map, which is ironically not where a Terran wants to be for most of their time. herO does actually get this probe across, finds the double depot. Suspense. That's a factory. And you know what Terrans need to have built before they can build a factory? This building that GuMiho, herO was looking for. GuMiho's actually going to hunt this probe down with the Reaper, which may just be for added suspense. herO has no idea, did not go this way, which means GuMiho's play will be a bit successful. I don't think I really expect anything to actually be changed for herO. Maybe the Adept stays here instead of going across. But it's just one barracks, and it's already floating back into the main base. So GuMiho definitely not trying to do anything lethal with this. It's just being fun, just being sneaky. The mind games. Terran, though. What is this, a Widow Mine? Huh. A mine drop, perhaps? There is a starport in existence. 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Can they get a bit of damage done? They're going to find the Adept. Go straight for the base. That is not a Reaper wall. Oof. herO typing in the chat. Probe's going to be pulled. Reapers still get a bit of damage done. The Hellion and the Natural getting even more damage done, it seems. Oh, the Reaper meets a gruesome end. The Adept's now going to try and hunt down the Hellion. I don't think the Hellion's quite getting out of here. Well, can they outrun the Shades? GuMiho. Definitely not. Okay. herO. Oh, we have a conversation going. I'm sure that's GuMiho for nice Reaper wall, bro. To which herO says, thank you. Worked very hard on it. Yes. This medevac is, This medevac, I think you forgot something. The question is it a bad rally? Did the medevac start to go across unintentionally, or did it just forget the widow mines? I think it may have forgotten the widow mines. We'll see. GuMiho, this is one of the reasons I think we love watching GuMiho play. It never quite know what to expect. You can know of him, and you can love him. You absolutely love his play, respect him, but I'm not sure you can ever quite predict what you're getting. Stim on the way, Blink on the way for Protoss, getting those crucial upgrades. Viking gonna spot that third base go down. herO feeling suspicious, something's going on, no doubt. The widow mines crawling ever so farther forward. Farther? I think it's farther because it's distance. We further our plans, metaphorically. However, we can travel farther. That's what I'm going with. That makes sense to me. Oracles did set up a couple stasis wards. The Widow Mine's going to be Revelation tagged, though. All but one of them. Oracle's going to be picked off. The Viking doing a great job with that. And the third base is in peril now. Widow Mine must have gotten something. Oh, don't fly that Oracle in there. Stalker's going to pick that off from a safe distance. There is one on the low ground now. Oh, it's going to be spotted. Widow Mine's unsuccessful so far. Half of the Terran forces are looking at the Nexus, and the other half looking at their own doom. Their own death. Blink finishes up. The Cyclone's going to be destroyed. And herO holds. herO defends it for now. And just pocket these Marines. They have stim now. You could even just wait for combat shields. +1 if you wanted. Marine's going to hurl some strong insults at that Oracle's shields. And that's about the extent of the damage they're getting done there. Well, this is not enough Marines to hold all of this back. There is a siege tank going to be set up. And herO actually just going to try and damage that depot line. The stasis ward successful. Terran pushing out of their own natural. Can they break it? Looks like a herO gonna give him the space. Lose the Oracle. Uh-oh. Was that the last one? That was the last one. And speaking of the last one, I don't think these ones are getting out. Just turn around, stim. You never say die. Says the ghost, not the Marine. But it's the thought that counts. Charge about halfway done. Blink, of course, already done. Stalker's been using that a ton. herO, just try and pick off some of these units. Weaken the push that is impending. Marines getting a bit ambitious, though. Picking off a few Stalkers, but losing most of their own. The Stalker's actually going to blink forward. The Micro picking up the siege tank. I think he still lost one. Stalkers. Oh, God. Get the medevac. I swear this is a StarCraft master challenge. Pick up and drop the tank while it's fighting Stalkers. They warned you in the tips. They said realistic battle scenarios. I didn't think I would actually see that one come to play, but here we are. GuMiho versus herO. Marines, get a Stalker for their trouble. Get off my lawn, says the Terran. Spread those tanks out a little bit. Get them sieged up. More Stalkers joining. Dark Shrine. The first of the series. herO feeling perhaps desperate for some sneaky damage. Walking those Stalkers into tank range. GuMiho, where are you going? I don't think this is enough Marines. There's reinforcements coming. And GuMiho could just be wanting to try and pull the Stalkers back. Pull the Stalkers away. There is a Prism, which is going to be very deadly, I think. Siege tanks find the Stalkers. A few of the Stalkers actually be picked off. The tanks do take some damage. Marines picked off. Charge has completed. The Prism makes itself known, dropping a few Zealots into the main base. They could try and deny the concussive, but it's going to finish up. GuMiho locked behind a force field wall. Beautiful force field wall, actually. A perfect wall. Pylon meets what it feels like to be on the wrong end of the Marines. Zealots dropped over to the third base. SCVs are falling, but so is the Nexus shields. Another force field goes down. Charge lots connecting with the bio. The Stalker's gonna blink forward. The siege tanks, most of them gonna be picked off, but actually it's GuMiho that's gonna win that fight. Oh, it did the Dark Templar now. There's no detection. There's no missile turrets around. Do they go for the natural? Not yet. The focus is still over here. There's a disruptor who could go for the tank. Is going to get that tank. And the DT has shown itself over here for the defense. Perhaps the third base. No, fourth base. I'm sorry. This was the fourth Nexus. Is going to be destroyed. The Robo going to be shut down. Quit building your Robo so far forward, herO. GuMiho's getting a lot of damage done now. The probes were pulled. The probes were destroyed. 28 in total. The damage is still being done over here, though. herO not quite focusing those DTs. Trying to go for missile turrets. Could walked into the scan. herO is a little busy. We'll cut him some slack, some leeway. You too. Alright, herO comes out, losing more resources. Losing the Nexus hurts. GuMiho sacked a lot of army for that, though. Where are those DTs? Oh, going for the Prism. herO, the coordination, the 1-2 punch, gonna be set up here. Pressure the front, distract GuMiho, while the DTs make their way into the main base. Stimming the bio forward, picking off that Zealot. Missile turret set up. Oh, almost set up in the main base. DT Blink has been finished, though, and gonna get that missile turret right as it finishes. The forces at the front, not finding too much success. The DTs, picking off the add-ons, though, that's annoying. Picking them up with the Prism, even, very good. Saving those DT. They have Blink, too. The DT Blink. I didn't see that coming. Yeah. This could buy some time. Let herO get the Robo back up and running. What's the choice? Disruptors? Colossi? There's no Vikings on the field. Starport's making medevacs. It is going to be Colossi. Thermal Lance, even with it. I'm not sure where this Prism's going. I'm not even sure the Prism knows where the Prism's going with that kind of driving. Stalkers, not quite quick enough reaction, losing some. GuMiho stims just a bit of the bio forward. Are we pulling SCVs with this too? Uh-oh. We saw how this went in game number 1. Will it be bunkers? Will it be turrets? The Colossus stepping forward. Thermal Lance very far away. Archons are here though. Battery overcharge going to be used. Prism juggling, trying to keep those Archons alive. The shield's not recharging on the Archon though. This is a rough choke point though. I think it's still fine. There's one siege tank set up in the back. It depends on what it focuses on. Trying to get rid of the Colossi or the Archons might be a good use. Some Stalkers firing at that. Now the siege tank is going to survive. herO has to back up. Second Colossi. The Colossi working together, working in tandem. Thermal Lance may actually finish up. 10 seconds out. Prism, why are you here? herO says, oh my gosh, that's a warp Prism. This isn't the co-op Alarex War Prism we're dealing with. This Prism, of course, a pacifist. Completely content to warp in other units. Oh, the Vendaya scan. GuMiho wanting to make sure nothing sneaks up on him, while more reinforcements stream across the map. DT? Go for the tank. Oh, friendly fire. Almost kills the tank. GuMiho gonna drop a mule for repairs. I'm guessing the SCVs all died off. Yeah. No SCVs here, so the mule is gonna have to do the repairs. Vikings could push forward. Could try and pressure that tank. Or pressure the Colossus. Oh, GuMiho pulling the trigger, losing a few bio to that disruptor shot. Second disruptor swings in from the right side. Will it fire? All the boys are here. Pulling the disruptor shot's a great connection, but will it be enough? I think there's too much Terran. The Vikings could land on deck. Were the Colossi all picked off? Yes, the Colossi were all picked off. The Vikings going to land the Stalkers. You juggling landed Vikings. GuMiho. The probes, barely. One going to make it out. One to live. Tell the tale. The Stalkers feeling antsy, trying to perhaps blink around and find a siege tank. Losing this Nexus, though. I don't know. GuMiho could try and set up shop. The Disruptor is going to connect with that landed Viking. If only Vikings could be somewhere other than landed. Jeez, holy physics. The Disruptors holding the line decently well, but they can only buy so much time when you put your robo somehow even more forward, herO. Disruptor. Ugh. Kills one Viking. Stalkers blinking around, trying to deny the Terran from the third base. Gets a Marauder. The rest of the bio stimming forward, though. I think one of the Disruptors was just picked off. And there's no more robo, so they cannot be made. DT is the final hope. Overcharged used on the pylon, which means the gateway it was powering is going to be destroyed, quickly followed by the pylon itself. One last hoorah, perhaps the Disruptors. Great connections, actually. Still, though, too much Terran. There's 4 Stalkers, 3 Stalkers to herO's name. The bio could just hunt this down. Picking up the siege tanks, keeping them safe from the DTs for now, at least. Well, DTs from both sides here. GuMiho's gonna stem the bio forward, start to target the Nexus down. The Dark Shrine's over here too. Without the Dark Shrine, I don't think herO has any hope. It is in peril, it can be destroyed, and I think that might just spell doom for the Protoss here. The Liberator's gonna set up on top of the siege tanks. DTs artfully walking into the Freedom Zone. 22 probes have fallen. The Disruptor goes down. The final Stalkers fall. And GuMiho is gonna take the game. A valiant effort. A good defense. Just not good enough. GuMiho is going to take the series 2-1, but a beautiful series it was. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, as always. I hope you have a great day.